Alright, welcome back. RP Minecrafter here. And today I'm going to be doing a little 1.6 overview video. So let me start by showing you the cobbets. These can be crafted with any type of wool. Just place them down in the crafting table, like this, and you will get the actual carpet. You will get 3 of them. Next, I'll be showing you the horses, which is pretty much, I think, everyone's favorite feature. The new mob, the horses. And wow, isn't that a lucky spawn? That is actually a donkey. I'll get back to those later. Let us try to spawn an actual horse. Oh, there we go. So there's a bunch of different types of horses, like that one, and there was another donkey. That one, and that one. So whenever you find a horse, you can find these, I think, pretty much in plains biomes. So what you have to do is, first we have to try to tame them. Now we'll tame them by simply right-clicking them, and then eventually they will kick us off. We'll try to right-click them again until hearts appears randomly on the horses. So this can take a long time. It can also take like two attempts. So let's try to see if we can actually tame this guy. Looks like this guy is really hard to tame, and this is taking a long. Oh, there we go. So you saw those hearts coming out of the horse. So now it is tamed. Now the way you go down from the horse is not just randomly right-clicking, but actually just left shift clicking. Alright, so the thing you do here is you take a saddle and place it on the horse, and now we can actually control the horse. Right, so we simply go on the horse, and now we can start controlling him. As you can see, he moves pretty fast, and we can also jump the horse like so, and it's just really cool. Alright, so the next thing we got is the horse armor. So the way these are crafted is with 7 iron ingots like so, and black wool in the middle. That will create a iron horse armor. The gold horse armor is crafted with 7 golden ingots, like placed the same way as the iron, and instead of black wool, you will just place a red wool instead. The diamond version is crafted like this: blue wool in the middle, and then instead of iron or gold, you will place the diamond just like so. Alright, now we got the hay blocks, and the hay blocks are crafted like you saw here. 9 wheat in the crafting table just placed all around, and that will give you the hay block. The hay block actually works just as wood, or logs I should say. If you place a wood facing this way, it will actually create a log that will show or kind of face this way. Same goes as hay blocks. If we place hay here, we can place a hay block here, and it will face this way. Alright, now we got some redstone comparator updates. Now this is really cool. Let's start with the int portal. Now as you can see, this will not put any output from the comparator, but if we actually put the eye vendor into it, it will create an output of 15 blocks of length. Now here we got the cauldron. Go away, sheep. You're not supposed to be here. So if we put a bucket of water into the cauldron, it will put a redstone signal of 3 blocks. So the cool thing here is, if we remove some of the water, it will only send out an output of 2 blocks. Now if we remove another bit of the water, it will just send out 1 output here. But if we remove the water completely, it will have no redstone signal. Alright, so a new cool thing is the lapis lazuli block here is actually retextured, which I actually found that really cool, because the old lapis lazuli block was not really that good. I mean, this is way better. So the new texture here has some border around it, instead of the old version. The old version didn't really have border around it. So I really like the new look of this lapis lazuli block. It looks way better. Alright, so we also got a coal block, and the coal block, I must say, looks so freaking epic. The coal blocks, the texture of this actually really does look amazing. The coal block is crafted in the crafting table like every other blocks. Just put coal in all the spots here and it will give you the coal block. And the coal block actually will smelt 72 pieces of whatsoever, like iron ores. If we try to smelt iron ores, it will actually smelt up to 72. And that's pretty much because regular coal will smelt 8 iron ores or wood, anything. And so because that the coal is there, we use 9 coal to craft a coal block. And if you do your math correct, it will be 72. Alright, so up here I got a tamed horse here with the armor, as I just showed you before, the cool armor. And something I did forget to show you is when you are actually, I should go survival, like that. When you go on the horse, you can see down at the right, you will actually see the horse's hearts, which as you can see, it has way more than you have, or actually not way more, 2 hearts more than you. Now back to the donkey. The donkey is really cool. You have to tame it like any other horse, and then when you do that, you can place a saddle on him. You can actually ride the donkey as well, just as you are riding a horse. Now another cool thing about the donkey is, if you shift click and right click the donkey, you can actually open a chest. Now you have to have a chest first before you can actually place this on the donkey. So what you do is you just get a chest in your inventory here. You simply shift and right click him, I think, and it will equip a chest. Yeah. Alright, so another retexture is the charcoal, and man, I must say the charcoal looks really cool as well. Before the retexture here, the charcoal just looked exactly the same as the coal. You can see I got the coal right there. So now it got retextured, which I find actually pretty awesome. Another thing is the respiration enchantment got a bit changed. Alright, so I am down here at a kind of little lake here, and you will notice when I go underwater, you will see it gets really dark. But whenever I equipped my helmet here, it will all get lighter. And it really depends on what kind of, what actually level of enchantment you enchant your respiration helmet. So for instance, if I made a respiration 1 enchantment, it will just, it will not be as light as the respiration 3. Alright, so the next thing here is the name tag. And the name tag is so awesome. Before that, you can just like simply rename a spider egg. Let's call him Dan. When we spawn Dan, you will see name appear above Dan, the spider here, and it says Dan. But I found a problem with that. As for adventure maps, or actually just any maps at all, if you use MC Edit, there's a Blink filter where you can actually turn chests with items in it into mobs, and that will the items in that chest will actually equip on the mobs, but that will not make you able to rename the mob with name tag above it. So I find this name tag really useful. So we can rename him, let's say, Ronald. And whenever we spawn a spider, we can simply right click him, and as you can see, his name will now be Ronald. Okay, so the next thing we have here is the hardened clay. And the hardened clay is, oops, didn't mean to show you that right there. The hardened clay is crafted by smelting a piece of regular clay, and whenever that's melted, it will create a hardened clay. Alright, so as you can see here, we got the hardened clay, and whenever we get the hardened clay, we can actually decide to recolor the hardened clay. We do that by simply surrounding any kind of dye with 8 pieces of hardened clay, and that will give you 8 pieces of the dyed hardened clay thingy. So these are called the stained clay, and these are actually orange stained clay, but I actually have right down here all the different kind of colored stained clay. So this is pretty cool if you don't like, if you want to do a house of hardened clay, but just don't want to have this kind of color, you can just recolor it just like wool, and yeah, that's pretty cool. Alright, if anybody noticed that it said throughout this video that it changed the weather to clear and the time set to 0, that was because of this little thingy over here that I made, but don't mind that right now. A new change is that we can't break command blocks, and that is actually really useful if you do like, well, I guess if you do an adventure map, you will play in adventure mode, so you can't really break anything at all. But if you do a map in survival, this will be really useful so that players cannot destroy command blocks. But in the first place, I don't really know why you should have these on the field where people are playing your map. Yeah. Alright, so I was almost about to forget this. This is leads, and the way these are crafted is with 4 pieces of string and 1 slime ball like this, and it will give you 2 leads. Now leads are really cool. As you can see, the horses are kind of just walking around, and really if you don't have fences around, they will pretty much just escape. I mean, that will not be really good, wouldn't it? Alright, so we simply left shift click him and right click him at the same time, and then we will tie him up like that. So now he will not run away, even though if we break all this fence gates here, we should probably do that with the donkey as well, like that, and now they will not be able to escape. Oh, and I almost forgot that these, when you put a name tag on a mob, they will actually not despawn, so that means that you can kind of make a pet, if you're interested in doing, I guess, a evil, hostile pet. Alright, so here is probably one of the coolest things that has been added, and that is these chests has been added to, in the nether fortresses. So if you open them up, you will actually get just random things as you would get in dungeons close to mob spawners. So here we actually got horse armor and stuff. So you can find nether wart, a lot of cool stuff. Alright guys, so this is all 1.6 has to offer as for now. If I forgot to mention anything, please comment down below saying what I forgot to mention. If you like this video, leave a like and a subscribe. That will really mean a lot to me. And yeah, thank you all a lot for watching, and I will see you guys later.